Live from tape pre-recorded at our studios in Austin, Texas and Portland, Oregon, it's Syndicated with Lesley and Ben. I'm the Ben of that.
I'm the Lesley. This is a twice-monthly podcast about television, genre, and storytelling, in which we watch an episode of a show and explore the history of television one episode at a time.
If you're just now joining us, we're talking about Justified, the 6-season neo-Western crime drama that ran from 2010 to 2015 on FX. Justified is in part adapted from the works of Elmore Leonard, the 20th century crime and Western novelist and short story writer whose works include 3:10 to Yuma and Get Shorty. The character of Raylan Givens, the protagonist of Justified, comes from his books Pronto and Writing the Rap, as well as the short story Fire in the Hole, which is incidentally the episode that we're covering today. Graham Yost, the writer of Speed, that's right, the Keanu Reeves bus movie, and the current executive producer on the spy drama Slow Horses, adapted the character for Justified in 2010. I love 3:10 to Yuma, so I was very delighted that this came
wonderful.
up.
Oh, wonderful. I love
the
that.
2007 Christian Bale, Russell Crowe one.
Oh, I remember it. I remember it.
Well, there's a 1957 one, too, so.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
See that one I didn't remember, so whatever. You know what? It's
never seen
fine.
it.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Justified is a neo-Western, adopting many of the tropes of the cowboy Western genre, just without the cowboys. Deputy Givens is impulsive and angry, wears a cowboy hat, is quick on the draw, and gives people just 24 hours to show themselves out of town or else he's gonna come knocking. Set in contemporary Kentucky, Justified replaces horses with town cars and replaces the wild frontier with lawless rural countryside.
You know, I do love a neo-Western.
I do too. You know, which is crazy because I've never seen Westworld, which you think. I know.
Yeah, you'd think.
I know. It's one of those that's been on the list.
Well, it's a bit of a bummer now because it's not finished. And it's never going to be finished because it got canceled. Which is obviously a bummer for a number of reasons.
Yeah.
But that's just HBO, baby. Sorry, that's just Max, baby.
Max, baby. That's Max, baby.
Oh, boy. Guess what happened since we recorded the last episode, folks?
Wah, wah.
The original Westworld movie basically plays like a very low-budget Terminator.
Oh, yeah?
It's a blast. Directed by Michael Crichton himself.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it's fun. The original movie's fun if you want a version of Westworld that is only, say, 90 minutes and also finished.
Oh, okay. I can get behind that.
Yeah, not nearly as conspiracy-driven as the TV show.
Sure,
with
but
all
it
the
is
holes.
done.
But it is finished. It has an end to the story.
It has a beginning, a middle, and an end.
Anyway, yeah, I love a neo anything. I love a good neo-noir. I love
oh my god, me too.
I love The Long Goodbye. This will come up more than one time today. I love Heat, which is a neo-noir for sure.
Yes, it is. Brick?
Yeah. Criterion did this. I'm sorry, folks. I know this is a neo-Western and not a neo-noir, but bear with me. Criterion Collection did a neo-noir series on their streaming service about a year ago. I watched 5 of those. They were so fucking good.
Yeah.
Including The Long Goodbye and Brick. We're both on there.
Oh, man. And TV shows, Veronica Mars.
Oh, yeah.
Whew, man. I just recently started rewatching that, actually.
Oh, yeah.
I do that periodically because it's I would say it's definitely probably top 10 favorite show for me. I'd say it's in the top 10.
Yeah. Speaking of neo-Westerns, though, and I've gotten flack for this in the past. I love Mad Max. And Mad Max is absolutely a neo-Western.
Mad Max is fantastic. I love Mad Max. Mad Max, Firefly, all of those kind of neo-Westerns that are appropriately gritty and also science fiction-y. And okay, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and say it right now, and you can all cancel me or whatever it is the fuck you want to do, but I stand by it. I said what I said, and I meant what I meant. Waterworld is good, y'all. Waterworld is a good movie. I said what I said. I meant what I meant. Cancel me if you want. I don't give a fuck. Waterworld's a good movie.
For the listener at home, I mimed looking behind me like who's gonna boo whatever bad take this is. Like, where's the mob? Whatever you're about to say is not that controversial. Never mind, you did actually surprise me with what you said. I was deeply not expecting you to say Waterworld is good.
It's a good-ass movie.
Lesley,
I don't care.
Lesley, I'm a theme park person. I'm sure I've shared this opinion with you. But the observation, the idea, I don't know where this originated, but that more people have seen Waterworld, a stunt show spectacular, than the movie Waterworld is very funny to me.
Is that true?
It has to be. The Waterworld, a stunt show spectacular in Universal Studios, runs 5 times a day and has for 30 years.
Okay.
There is no way people are watching the Kevin Costner movie Waterworld at that frequency. By far, that theme park show has gotten way more attention to Waterworld than Waterworld.
That's decent. Also, it's like more of an apocalypse film. It doesn't matter. I just really wanted a platform to say Waterworld is good. Let's go back to what we were originally talking about. Jesus
yeah,
Christ.
right. All right. The show features Kevin Costner as the mariner. Wait, hold on.
I'm so here for this. Just keep going. Just keep going.
You didn't expect me to know that character's name, did you?
I truly did not.
Anyway, I love the Mad Max movies. Speaking of neo-westerns,
Yes, they are.
he is literally being chased out of town by a posse.
Yeah.
In Fury Road. Like, come on.
Yeah, that's true.
I've gotten flack for saying that in the past. Timothy Olyphant.
You know who else got flack for saying stuff in the past?
How do you do, fellow kids?
Jesus Christ.
Timothy Olyphant plays Deputy Givens, a recently exiled U.S. Marshal who has been relocated to the Eastern District of Kentucky. It's there that he has to come to terms with the home that he left behind and old associates that have since made choices that put them in direct opposition to Deputy Givens. Timothy Olyphant got his start in one of my favorite movies, Scream 2. Speaking of movies we're going to defend to the death. And after Justified, was in both the 4th season of Fargo, playing a kind of similar character in the form of a Mormon U.S. Marshal, I believe, and on Santa Clarita Diet with fellow Scream alum Drew Barrymore.
Talk about shows that were fantastic that didn't get an ending. Oh my God. Santa Clarita Diet was such a fantastic show. The chemistry between Timothy Olyphant and Drew Barrymore is off the charts. They had an insane chemistry together. That show was such a delight to watch. It was just starting to all come together. But you know what Netflix likes to do?
You know what Netflix loves to do?
Netflix loves to do.
It bums me out. I look, it was a little bit past my gore threshold.
God, I loved it.
But I watched that pilot. I genuinely loved how they played off of each other. I think they were a great
my God.
TV couple.
I will say that the pilot was probably gorier than, they really went all in on the pilot. And once you get once you get past that, it's like I'm not gonna lie to you, there's still gore, but it's not like when she is having her gastrointestinal issues level of that's it's not cool. But their chemistry. I would watch them read a phone book to one another. It was insane. and the kid was fantastic. It was just the plot. Nathan Fillion was in it for a hot second. It was so good. God, it was so good.
He'll come up later in this script.
I'm gonna die mad about Santa Clarita Diet, man.
It frustrates me so immensely. This whole look. It bugs me when these shows get cut after one season, obviously for obvious reasons. But it makes me so mad, again, to throw back to Westworld real quick. When they get canceled on their fucking 5th season, just finish it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to I don't know, maybe use this language, but if you're an executive, you had the kid, you have to feed it.
I mean, more or less, yeah.
You can't just pull the plug on 85% the way through.
Except I guess you can though.
I guess you can, unfortunately.
Yeah. Walton Goggins plays Boyd Crowder, the leader of the white supremacist cell that clashes with Deputy Givens in the pilot episode of the show. While Crowder's Nazi beliefs may not be genuine, he is a vicious criminal who is dead set on avenging his recently murdered brother. We covered Walton Goggins on The Righteous Gemstones, where he plays Reverend Baby Billy, but he also had a starring role in HBO's Vice Principals after this, as well as a brief role on Sons of Anarchy.
Shows about crime.
Well, shows about crime. Walton Goggins. That's really, like, truly why you should watch the show. I mean, there are lots of reasons.
Because Walton Goggins is a very charming person.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, Timothy Olyphant, fantastic. Setting, great. Plot, wonderful. All that stuff. Walton Goggins, though, man.
I texted you this before the show.
Okay.
When I was sitting down to watch the episode. And I'm going to reiterate it here.
Okay.
Which is that the mere presence of the cowboy hat, and also specifically Walton Goggins.
Yeah.
Folks, this is Leslie's staff pick. I truly don't know anything about this show.
It is.
Genuinely, I thought this was a period piece simply because Walton Goggins was in there.
Yeah.
Because I'm so used to him playing these over-the-top Southern characters on Vice Principals and Righteous Gemstones.
Sure.
That I assumed, like, well, there's no way they're doing a drama with that voice.
Right. Like, how could you make that work? It's
with
gotta
full
be
blown, like, well, I do declare.
Like, it's gotta be from somewhere else in time. It can't be a modern situation.
No, it is. Whoops, my bad.
You're bad indeed, Ben. You're bad.
I don't know.
Indeed.
I genuinely thought, I made this joke with you earlier. I genuinely thought this was like FX's Deadwood.
Right.
I genuinely thought this was set in the past. So imagine my surprise when I turned on the episode this morning and saw beautiful Miami, Florida.
Yep. So that's Walton Goggins. He's in it. Present day. Not a period piece.
Joelle Carter plays Ava Crowder, the former wife to the now deceased Bowman Crowder. She killed her physically abusive husband and is now suffering the consequence of the rest of the Crowder clan trying to get their revenge. Ava is relying on Given's protection going forward, which complicates matters just a little bit as she's clearly got a crush on him. Joelle Carter starred in the 2000 canceled series Wonderland and has appeared on shows like Castle, Scandal, The Rookie, and Grey's Anatomy. There's My Promise to You. Nathan Fillion is the star of 2 of those shows.
There you go. Yeah, I've actually never seen her, I don't think. Interestingly enough, like, I really haven't seen a lot of Nathan Fillion's later stuff. Like, I haven't seen Castle. I haven't seen The Rookie. I know.
I don't think The Rookie is necessary.
Really? Okay.
Television. It looks like real generic cop shit.
Oh, okay.
Castle, I assumed Castle was just Murder, She Wrote Part 2, pretty much, right?
I think so. I mean, like, the premise is, it's like an author who writes crime novels and something. I feel like I've seen maybe an episode or two, but it doesn't feel like it was very memorable.
Yeah. It was peak. I think Castle was peak, like, TV for parents.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think that was a younger demographic show.
Sure.
Never saw it. Don't know.
Yeah, I saw like an episode or two, but I do feel like it was maybe more for the olds. All right.
But I think The Rookie was full on. Man, it's so tough to be a cop.
Oh.
Which, fuck out of here.
Yeah, okay.
5 seasons and still ongoing, The Rookie.
Jesus. Well, Nathan Fillion's a draw. What can I say?
The series follows John Nolan, a man in his 40s who becomes the oldest rookie at the Los Angeles Police Department. Boring. Who gives a fuck?
Clearly not you.
Clearly not me. Sorry.
Clearly not you. All right. Nick Searcy plays Chief Deputy Art Mullen, Deputy Given's boss and mentor, who puts him on the case against Boyd Crowder in the pilot. He doesn't feature very heavily in this episode. Searcy was also in the main cast of the show 7 Days, as well as the shows Rodney and Easy Money.
Not a lot to say about this guy.
He
sucks.
Guy.
He sucks on the internet.
Tell me about this. Tell me about this guy.
He sucks on the internet. He appears to be a hardcore libertarian. I will simply say that every show needs their Alec Baldwin.
Okay. That's fair. Okay.
He's just, going off of his Wikipedia page alone, he is simply a monster, man.
He is just simply terrible. He's just the worst.
He's one of those guys that's like, no conservatives allowed in Hollywood, I guess, huh?
Oh.
It's because you're unpleasant.
I'm being silenced.
Yeah, it's because you're deeply unpleasant.
Yep.
A James Woods type.
Ah, okay.
Maybe fix your fucking attitude.
Yeah.
Anyway, last but not least, we're watching Season 1, Episode 1, Fire in the Hole. After a tense standoff with a Floridian criminal ends with a quick draw, Deputy Raylan Givens is forcefully relocated back to his home state of Kentucky to keep his head down. He quickly becomes entangled in the dealings of a white supremacist gang led by Boyd Crowder. A murdered spouse and a firebombed African-American church both lead back to Crowder and his gang and cause Deputy Givens to question the use of his justified violence against his childhood friend.
He said it like 3 times in the episode. It's like, he's like, it was justified.
Don't you understand? It was justified. Well, that's the name of the show.
Oh.
Don't you know who we are? We're the Righteous Gemstone. Up here on the Firefly? Sorry. So, Lesley, obviously I have a question for you. This is your staff pick. What
yes,
about
it is.
Justified? And specifically, the pilot, but also just what about Justified?
Sure. So starting just with Justified, I myself have only seen the first season of this show. And have been meaning to go more into it because it does just keep getting better and better, and the first season ends on a wonderful note. So I have been meaning to get more into it anyway, but it's been a minute since I've seen it, so I was like, maybe I should just like refresh myself. And we were trying to think of a staff pick. I know how much you love Walton Goggins. I know how much I love Walton Goggins and how much I love Timothy Olyphant. I know how much this show has so much potential, Ben. You don't even know it gets so good, genuinely. And I just felt like we should visit this and talk about it because it was also a recommendation to me from a friend. Like it was a word of mouth to me from a friend of mine. That's why I ended up watching it. So, that's the reason. And the reason we started at the beginning is because let's start at the beginning. I needed to start back at the beginning. I felt like you needed to start at the beginning because this might be a show that you might want to be deeply interested in because Walton Goggins is very, very in it. So, yeah, that's pretty much that.
I showed you my little list of shows that I either needed to catch up on or wanted to start afresh. And like right between Barry and Poker Face is Justified.
Justified. So yeah, so now you've seen it. Ta-da.
Yeah, now I've seen a little bit of it. I will say, as pilots go, I texted you that this show rips, and I still do think this show rips.
Yeah.
I think the pilot maybe lost a little bit of steam toward the end of the pilot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just a little bit. I think it had a really strong start that got maybe a little muddled toward the end because I guess for me, spoilers for the episode, but that's how Syndicated with Lesley and Ben goes.
So true.
At the end of this episode, Walton Goggins is shot in the chest and is, arrested or taken to, whatever, the hospital or whatever. He's out of the picture.
He's taken away in an ambulance.
Yeah, he's out of the picture. So as pilots go, it really did kind of feel like they knocked down their biggest domino, like right away. I understand that he comes back, and I understand that he's like part of the plot going forward. But
Sure.
Definitely, I don't know. I'm used to the format of like the last 10 minutes of like a big prestige pilot being like, look at this chain of dominoes we're setting up, and it felt very, I was honestly kind of shocked that he snapped out of the picture as quickly as he did. I know he's coming back, but you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think that the thing that I would have to say about that is, that the way that it was paralleled to the beginning of the episode, except that he killed that guy. And then at the end, when he was asked by his boss, well, I thought that we were told to, aim for the chest or whatever. Like, I felt like those were subtle clues to this is not over with Walton Goggins. This is not over.
No, definitely.
And I think that was kind of how you had to approach it. But I absolutely do agree with you. I can see how it's like, well, okay, but now what?
Right.
But I promise the now what is really good.
No, I'm sure. But if a pilot's job is to make me want to keep watching, I do obviously want to keep watching. But it does switch it from being plot heavy and about their conflict to being character heavy with his internal conflict, with specifically him asking, like, am I, him asking his ex-wife at the end of the story, hey, am I the asshole? And her being like, you're one of the angriest people I've ever met.
Yep.
You know, which does, I mean, that is compelling. Obviously, I love a conflicted and torturous character. But that did very suddenly shift the perspective from what I thought it was going to be, which was their conflict to his conflict, in a way that ever so slightly just deflated the tension for me.
Yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see that. Yeah, I can see that. It definitely is mostly about Raylan Givens' ethos or whatever. But man, oh man, Walton Goggins in the show is just so good.
Oh, he's so good.
He's just so good that that was really my main motivation to just want to talk about this episode. And really, he's the main motivation for wanting to watch the show. Because that's that's what we're talking about.
Yeah,
or the bad guy.
Yeah, if I may make a simple observation about Walton Goggins' performance, or rather Walton Goggins' character, which is, oh brother, this guy stinks.
Oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah.
Just what if Heat, 1995 Michael Mann's Heat, but De Niro's character just sucks.
Is just the worst. If he was just terrible.
No, I mean, he always plays really good, like, just scumbags. And I like media about scumbags. I'm a little hesitant.
So do I.
Yeah. I'm a little hesitant to say I like his Nazi character. But like,
I mean, yeah, I don't feel like is really the word.
No, but he does a great job at the love to hate.
Revel in the scumbaggery of,
yes.
I think, is revel in the sheer scumbaggery of this dude.
Yeah. He's a great example of, I love to hate this guy. He makes himself very hateable with his very clear facade. As Givens notes at one point, I think you're just using the Bible to do whatever the hell you want.
Right.
And calls him out for not even actually believing in his weird anti-Semitic bullshit. It's just a means to an end. Yeah. And that end is bank robberies and drug money and stuff. Good characterization of both of these major leads. I'm sure everybody else in the cast over time, including like the kind of other assistant deputy characters that I didn't mention in our opening speech, I'm sure they get developed to similar degrees, but I will say at the very beginning, for both Boyd and for Deputy Givens, this is just such a strong characterization, and you can really tell what their internal conflicts are going forward.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that this is, I guess that it's kind of a, how to explain this? You get a better sense of this as the season progresses, sure. But it definitely is more of a tale of, it's like a good versus evil, when there are absolutely times in which you cannot tell which is which. So that's the ambiguity, I think, at times. And again, I want to reiterate, I understand neo-Nazi, we get it. But also want to point out that is just a convention, as a means to an end. So there's a lot of stuff, man.
Right.
That makes it a lot more ambiguous. And at one point you're like, who am I even rooting for? And then you're like, kind of Walton Goggins a little bit, So it's an interesting program.
Yeah, I mean, I love to go back to Heat. I do love the trope of like, we're not so different, you and I.
Oh yeah, that's such a good one.
Yeah, just the whole. I'm thinking of the diner scene, obviously from Heat, but just like the idea that like, I mean, okay, I'm rolling my eyes here as I think this, but like, Justified. Is Deputy Givens using his power and authority just so he can be like violent and angry? Is Walton Goggins using his pseudo-Nazi beliefs as a smokescreen to just do drugs and money? Like, are they both pretending that they're better than they are?
Yeah, like what?
More principled than they are. There we go.
There's a moral compensation happening on both parts, for sure.
More principled than they are. There we go. I like that word better than better.
There we go.
Because they're not morally better.
Yeah.
They both suck.
No, they're both terrible.
But yeah, no, I like that ambiguity. I like that's hey, we'll cover this soon. I like that about Better Call Saul too. That that entire show is about compromised morals, and the kind of slippery slope downwards. I can see that being the path forward in this show as well, and all of that shit deeply appeals to me.
I do have a question for you though, Ben.
Mm-hmm.
If aside from the fact that you thought that it was a period piece, I
don't know. I really don't know why. I thought I don't know. There's Deadwood, and then there was that Cinemax show that was Warrior. That was the Kung Fu San Francisco one. I for some reason I had in my head Justified as part of that string of prestige period piece crime drama stories, whatever.
But it's not. It's modern.
Anyway.
So but I was going to say aside from that notwithstanding, what would you say is the most surprising thing? That was surprising to you as a first time viewer of the show?
I guess it's that Walton Goggins wasn't set up as the primary antagonist at the end of the episode. Once again, I understand that he comes back, but I guess I was so shocked by that pivot of him being carted away that I didn't necessarily know where things were going to go.
I think that thinking back on that, what I can say is Justified obviously is kind of a Monster of the Week show, right? And
sure, yeah.
And that Walton Goggins is kind of the big bad. That's the best way that I can think of to describe the dynamic between these two characters and why it was shown up at the beginning. But that's kind of what I'm saying is that Boyd Crowder is sort of, the big bad of season one and potentially beyond. Aside from that, it's more of a Monster of the Week kind of situation.
Okay, interesting.
So so in that vein, I completely see the vision, and it makes complete sense to me why the pilot ended the way that it did. But I do see what you're saying as well.
Yeah, it felt like oh, you know what? Spoilers for Breaking Bad.
Sure.
It kind of felt like when they kill off Gus Fring.
Did it though? Because
in season,
because that was
in season 5 of Breaking Bad, and you kind of have a moment of one of the most charismatic actors on that show is suddenly gone.
Yeah.
And then it goes into the Nazi subplot in Breaking Bad season 6 or so. But there was a moment, especially when I was watching that, where I was well, fucking now what? Bring back Giancarlo Esposito.
You're just gonna have to keep watching.
Yeah, exactly. But once again, I understand that's not the case here. But it still kind of just jerked my interests around a little bit, where I was confused about where it was gonna go.
See, I personally loved the show. I completely see what you mean, and your perspective is not only valid but very well explained.
Thank you. I wasn't worried, but thank you.
Where you're coming from, but I do disagree. I feel like that was a very clever way to be okay, so we're done with him for now. And I don't know if maybe it's just because I'm doing a replay through of Final Fantasy X, and I've dealt with Sid 17 times and Seymour 4 times, but it just doesn't really affect me when the big bad guy goes away as much as he did before. He'll be back. He'll be back. They always come back.
He's like your Pokemon rival who just keeps showing up between gyms.
He just.
But you thought you'd seen the last of me, Timothy Olyphant. Charmander, go!
Things I never knew I needed until this very moment.
My damn Pidgeotto knows how to use a wing attack now.
Wow. Wow, Ben.
If they make Detective Pikachu 2, may I humbly suggest Walton Goggins?
Please. Walton Goggins, please. Please get up on Pikachu 2. Detective Pikachu 2. We need it desperately.
Growlithe, use flamethrower. I'm sorry. I love him. What was I gonna say? So tell me about the rest of season 1. Where does this Monster of the Week format? I read ahead that there was another crime boss shows up.
Yeah, so there's another crime boss that shows up. I'm trying to remember I kind of just have more of vibes than anything else because it's been a while since I've watched it.
Sure.
A couple of years. probably like 3 years or something. But yeah, there's a whole arc with a new, like, there's like the problems with other members of the Crowder family that keeps coming up. And there's, like this whole thing with Devil's a continued problem with other people. And then, like you said, there's another crime boss that comes up. It's just kind of like they're just these little, I don't really have a lot to say about it because I would have to go back through season 1, which I'm going to do, to give you super specifics. But, yeah, it definitely does give you some breathing room. Like, there is absolutely a time where if you're not us, you'd be like, when Walton Goggins shows back up, it's like, oh yeah, like that kind of thing. It's like, now that situation, I forgot all about that.
Sure. I mean, there is plenty of, there's plenty of narrative power in like withholding your villain.
Yeah. And there's like a whole, I don't know how much I want to spoil it for you specifically. Like, I don't mind spoiling it for the show, but like, there's like the thing is, by the end of the season, when Boyd does some pretty egregious stuff that is very entertaining to watch. So I don't want to, and I would talk about it if it were, because I don't care who listens to get spoiled. I care about you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Leslie.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I will say that this, by the way, I'm reading ahead, actually. It looks like there's a family patriarch called Bo. There's like a meth house.
Yeah.
Including Raylan's father, gotta settle old scores, etc. I'm literally just reading the Wikipedia.
Yeah, but
page.
you're gonna spoil yourself. Stop.
This is a summary. All right, fair enough.
It doesn't matter. At the end of the summary is still like a, don't do it.
I will say,
don't do it.
Okay, obviously, we've all got our issues with cop media for sure. Reasons we don't need to elaborate on full ACAP.
Sure. Sure.
I
Speaking of which, did you see
Yes.
the Pride? All colors are beautiful.
Yeah. 1312.
Yep.
I will say that when it comes to detective media, once again, I think the police should be abolished. I want to be mega clear about that. But when it comes to their narrative potential, I do significantly more like sort of a boots on the ground social manipulation and detective work kind of show than I do like, I believe when did I describe this? Then I do, when we were talking about Columbo, then I do like pure forensics, like, well, we got a sample of their hair and that means they did the crime.
Right.
I don't care.
Because
never
most
give a shit
forensics
about that.
Junk science anyway. So like,
yeah, it's all bullshit.
No,
like,
it's all bullshit. So it doesn't matter.
I do like this kind of, I'll like never respect when it's like that kind of forensics computer bullshit.
Yes, of course, of course.
But
this is just such a like salt of the earth, like, kind of like the enemies, the sworn enemies are like, I remember your mama's fried chicken or whatever. Like, there is something else. There's a chemistry there that just can't be given when it's like, we're catching this guy who has a necklace of teeth and we, and we've got these forensics. And so it's just like, no, that's not the same thing at all. It's not the same vibe at all.
The narrative version of cops are so different than obviously what we have. Although this show does,
it does what?
Well, I'm just saying, this show does a good job of showing cops as the drinking buddy of Nazis. Anyway.
But
I will say I have much more appreciation for cops as a fictional construct that appears in media than obviously I do in real life, where they're the scum of the earth.
Yes.
But like I will say, as fictional constructs that solve cases in the same way I can like Columbo and Batman, I appreciate when there's actual like detective work and actual like that kind of social manipulation shit. And specifically in this, what it reminded me of is Silence of the Lambs a little bit.
Yeah.
In terms of like a kind of rural setting, I think Silence of the Lambs takes place in like West Virginia and Ohio.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Like Clarice is hopping around those various
Clarice
states. That's not a good mine is not a good impression of Lecter, but and also the first one, the book Red Dragon, and also the movie Manhunter.
I was just actually fuck, man, I was just about to say, actually, I would argue more Red Dragon than Silence of the Lambs, but I didn't want to be that person, so I just let you do it instead.
Lesley, we were destined to be friends. I'm going to flash on my phone real quick. Your boy is currently in the process of reading The Red Dragon.
What did I say?
Thomas Harris's The Red Dragon. I'm 10% through.
It's a good
I read Silence of the Lambs for the first time like a month ago. Turns out I like that bullshit.
The books are so much better than the movies too, for the most part.
And don't get me wrong, I got the Criterion of Silence of the Lambs up on that shelf.
And I'm not saying they're bad movies. The movies are good. The books are
yeah. Couldn't agree more.
Very, very good.
But it reminded me of like I think both literally because both stories take place in Appalachia, just slightly different parts. Kentucky versus like Ohio and West Virginia and whatnot. But also that kind of very like Will Graham and Clarice in those books like actually like have to piece things together. There's a lot of like very analog like cross-checking of documents and stuff like that and using their personal experiences to be able to like unwind these stories. And also both of them kind of center around an uneasy alliance with a freak criminal. Or going to that freak criminal for information, whether that's Hannibal Lecter or in this case, Boyd. But there's something that I appreciated. Again, both like the down home experience of it all, the social manipulation tactics. Again, that appeals to me so much more than just like we put the hair in the computer and it said crime happened.
Right. I don't want you to be scientific. I want you to be slick.
Exactly. Hey,
I want
there
to
we
see
go. I like that.
I want to see the charisma. I want to see the chess. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see the beep boop, hacker voice I'm in, hairs, whatever. No, I want to see, Boyd and Raylan on opposite sides of a table talking about fried chicken and their moms and who's going to draw first. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, just put Walton Goggins behind a glass screen.
Really?
Hello, Timothy Olyphant.
Good Lord.
But anyway, I like that. Yeah, that kind of there's a rural authenticity in both stories.
Yes.
That I think is something that I latch onto when I care about stories about cops. It is not The Rookie or NYPD Blue
which is also the dynamic behind Hannibal, which is this show that I almost picked as my staff picked instead of Justified.
You're welcome to for your third staff pick.
And I was about to say reserve the right to do it. Yeah, reserve the right to do it in the future.
Sure, or if we do a horror season or whatever.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that god-awful Scream TV show.
Good Lord. Anyways, yeah. But yeah.
There is, again, this is far from praise of cops, quote-unquote cops. But when they exist as fictional constructs, I prefer that version so much more than NYPD Blue or The Rookie.
Sure. Or any of the Wolf shows.
Yeah, it is satisfying to watch somebody solve a puzzle.
Yeah.
I mean, again, that's Batman and that's Columbo too. It is satisfying watching a smart person work their way out of a situation.
True.
Or through a situation or, solve a mystery. And it's never stuff that's outside of our grasp. Like, again, that's what bugs me about computer beep boop DNA stuff is like, I can't solve that puzzle. I can't come along with you on that journey because a computer did it for you. But I like when we are given the opportunity to kind of see the various, even if it's not forensics, like there's no forensics in this show. But you can see these kind of charismatic and connected forces getting ready to clash against each other and whatnot. And you can kind of see where plot goes, and it's not just up to there's less of a science to it, and there's more reliance on things that we all have experience with: charisma, memories, intuition, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
I find that far more compelling as a storytelling device.
I agree.
Lesley, do you have a favorite moment from this episode?
I have a few favorite moments. But I actually have one that I consider funny.
Oh, yeah,
that I
sure.
consider to be not like a quote unquote joke, but that I consider to be my favorite humorous moment.
Okay.
When Raylan is on his way to the widow's house, where Boyd is waiting for him, and he's being tailed by the two lackeys, and he stops the car, and the two lackeys almost crash into the car. They brake, and they're like, "What is he doing?" And one of them's like, "Oh, I think he's trying to sneak up." And then they're like, "No, he ain't." And they look over, and he's like right next to them in the open window. That got an audible laugh.
Yeah.
Out of me and out of Hector. So
I guess, there is the whole thing about, again, the quote unquote justified violence. Like we said earlier, that he's got power and authority, but is he just using that to, be an angry person or a bit of a bully or whatnot? That, like, the central conceit at the very beginning of the episode seems to be that, like, well, what does their supervisor in Florida say? Like, we can't just shoot him like that anymore, or something like that.
Right. We're not allowed to just shoot him on sight. We haven't been allowed to do that in like 100 years. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That there is, obviously the show is about the transition from, like, kind of an old world violence to a new world violence. And not that cops can't be violent these days. Obviously they are.
Obviously. But you got to be quieter about it. You can't just do that out in the open anymore.
Yeah. So I guess that makes this a really
covert.
I guess that makes this a really good commentary on, like, the pretense of the law as violence.
Yeah. That's true.
Which is that you cannot just be a gunslinger anymore. You got to have the just cause and all that. And obviously, you and I living in the real world know that they don't bother with that either. But
obviously,
there's the pretense of having to pretend that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. He's an old character he's not a literally old character like fucking Old Man Logan.
He's an old soul. He's an old soul.
Yeah. He's got old processes that work.
Yeah, he's in the old ways.
Yeah. That may or may not work in the quote unquote new world. And even so, he's in what seems to be a pretty impoverished part of the new world. Which means which is why there's so much lawlessness, because the line is so thin. Because things work different in the country. Things work different in Appalachia. Exactly. Yeah. Which I always find that
bring your big city cops over here, Appalachia.
Yeah, I always find that kind of stuff interesting. Just like the areas the law doesn't cover, like the literal geographic areas the law doesn't cover, or that there are plenty of places in the United States where the government just doesn't. Like, not because they're scared or whatever, but like Appalachia is famous for...
They just don't bother.
Yeah, famous for its poverty and its lack of education and, like... Sure. I mean, that's the whole poor whites kind of region.
Where I'm from...
No, you're not.
Where?
You're from Is Alabama Appalachia?
Yes.
Oh.
Parts of it are. Northern Alabama is.
Oh, yeah. I always picture the Appalachians as specifically like the inward Carolinas. And
no, not necessarily. It goes, we'll talk about it later, but it does go into Alabama, yeah, sure.
Oh, all right, fair enough. I always picture it as never going that south.
Certainly a lot of the towns that circled the town I lived in. I lived in the county seat, so my town was civilized. My town of 10,000 people was a bustling metropolis compared to the outskirt towns. And those towns looked a lot like Justified.
Well, my apologies. I didn't mean to sound reductive or anything.
No. You're absolutely. I mean, there are a lot of misconceptions, but it is notoriously known for these things.
Yeah,
and a lot of that is socioeconomic stuff too. Anyway.
Well, hell, we're in a region of the country in which this show takes place, in which like they had to. It was a big deal during the post-depression era where they had to electrify that region. The Tennessee River Valley, like electrical projects and all that kind of stuff, because like for a while Appalachia was just quote unquote untamed. It is interesting to observe how the law works in places where the law doesn't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I can see that being a really compelling aspect of this show going forward.
Definitely. It definitely is. You should keep watching.
I should keep watching. I gotta say, I think my favorite moment was maybe Givens correctly pointing out that Walton Goggins doesn't believe in anything.
Yeah,
That wasn't a
yeah.
joke, but there was like a really interesting moment of like both the I don't think you believe, or I think you're just using the Bible to do whatever the hell you want. But also there was like a little something before that where it cut at a weird angle. I think it crossed the 180 line or something when he says something particularly offensive, and it just kind of like it wasn't quite a jump scare, but it's meant to unsettle you a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
It was when he was doing one of his like little anti-Semitic rants or whatnot.
Sure.
But it was interesting. Hey, much like that scene in Heat, it was interesting to see these characters get a solid read on each other.
It all comes back to Heat.
Or a real, I know, know thy enemy, I know who you are kind of moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's wrap this bad boy up, shall we?
Let's do it.
Lesley, quick question for you. What's your favorite Western that isn't this?
My favorite Western of all time?
Yeah, hit me with it. I know mine.
I think it might be Firefly, to be honest with you. I think it might be. Because, I don't watch a lot of Westerns. I love a neo-Western, and yet I haven't seen, like, a ton of them. I mean, like, obviously Deadwood is fantastic.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
Never mind, I changed my answer. It's Deadwood.
Deadwood, yay. Shout out to Ian McShane.
Never mind, it's Deadwood.
I'm a sucker for 3:10 to Yuma with Christian Bale. It's a real damn good movie. Talk about, once again, lawless regions and all that. Like, literally, what can the law physically do against these guys?
Right.
And also, Russell Crowe is so fucking good in that movie. Folks, my name is Ben. You can find me online at Ben C. Hamlin. Pretty much just about anywhere. You can check out my other show, Parascience, an exploration of the supernatural and unquantifiable. If you like these kind of same thoughts about horror specifically, that's where you got to go. I stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/Infinity Break Gaming. Where can people find you, Lesley?
Oh, you can find me on Twitter at Vanatti, Vanatti. You can also find me on Blue Sky at Vanatti as well. I know. I haven't gotten any yet. I will give you an invite code when I get one. I haven't gotten them yet. I'm brand new. I haven't gotten them yet.
Listener at home, you can guess the facial language that just happened.
But yeah, so you can also find me Vanatti at Blue Sky Social as well. That's where you find me mostly, and I just hang out. So come hang out with me.
Please, Lesley, I'm begging. I will.
I will do my best.
Oh,
as soon as I get one.
I will rob a bank
as soon as I get one. I know.
Folks, this is Syndicated with Lesley and Ben. We are chugging along on our crime season. You can support the show directly by leaving a 5-star review wherever you see fit. Join our Discord, bit.ly/Infinity Talk. That's capital I Infinity, capital T Talk. If you want to talk about Justified, Columbo, Better Call Saul, everything we've covered this season, everything we're going to cover this season, it's right there in the Syndicated channel. We love hearing what people are watching and all that jazz. Tell your friends, spread the word, and we'll see you in 2 weeks' time.
All right, see ya.
You got 24 hours to get out of town.